Okay, so through all of the prospecting now, you have learned how to obviously call your own warm market, book an appointment, and show them what's going on, or invite them to your house. You've learned how to, through lukewarm market, call somebody else's list, get them to look at information, or book an appointment with them. You have learned how to meet people and get their information cold market, that you don't know they're complete strangers. When you're getting all of these people to go through and look at information, understand the average person is going to take 5, 6, 7, 8, between 5 and 7 exposures to make a buying decision. The average person. Now, notice what Jesse and I said at the beginning of the day today. We had 2 parties. Of all the people that came to our parties, he had 4 people actually sign up that came to those parties. I had 3. Now, 13 people ended up getting started between those 2 parties that I did, but only 3 of them put information down on paper on the spot. So I learned how to follow up and continue to move somebody from one exposure to the next without taking them off the list. So here's the big thing, being able to move somebody from one exposure to the next without removing them from the opportunity so they can continue to go out there and marinate and make a buying decision later on. We're going to talk about a follow-up system that is absolutely amazing, that if you use it, I'm telling you, it's the most cost-effective, duplicatable, easy thing I've used. This isn't something that we've theorized. Him and I have both used this for years and produced massive, massive, massive incomes with what this follow-up system is. Now, most people's biggest struggle in network marketing is the follow-up. They're great at exposing. It's easy to get somebody information, make the initial phone call, but they usually stumble with being able to follow up and move someone through that process. So Jesse has one of the most amazing videos on YouTube. If you just type in Fort Knox in a box, Jesse Macpherson, Fort Knox in a box.
You just type in Jesse Macpherson follow up, it'll pull up.
Yeah.
YouTube.
It's 5 minutes, and it shows you the whole breakdown of the system. But what I'd like Jesse and I to go through is, number 1, how to make those follow-up phone calls, what you do in making those follow-up phone calls, what you say in voicemails and all that good stuff. So
you guys have heard it. Fortune's in the follow-up, yeah? Bless you. Fortune is in the immediate follow-up. Fortune is in the immediate follow-up. Following up with somebody a year later is unfortunate follow-up.
Right.
You probably signed up by somebody else. In between now and then, what I want you guys to do is, if you get a chance to watch the video, go ahead. I didn't invent the system, just so you guys know. It was something someone showed me, and I copied it. It worked really well. Here's how simple it is. You take an index card box. Does anybody have their follow-up system on them? Yeah, can I borrow that real quick? I'll just show it off real quick. And then what we want to do is teach you guys on, because on the video, we don't go over voicemails and how often and what to say on them, so I want to give you that. So here's what you do. You buy an index card box that costs about $1. You buy index cards that cost about $1. And then you buy dividers that cost about $1. It's a pretty expensive system. And then what you do is you write the days of the month on the cards, or you can buy ones that are more expensive if you're really high class. The greens, by the way, will color categorize theirs.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Blues, you're going to have a rough time with this, just letting you know. But you don't need to do it for very long to get wealthy to be a blue for the rest of your life. Here's how it works. You have the days of the month and the months of the year, and then all you do, today being the what? Second. So the front of your box is the number of today. And then on the second, what you would do is you would take all your cards. So every human being that you have has an index card. You put a name and a phone number, where you met them, how you met them, all the information about them. Stuff that would be relevant that you might want to remember. If you know their spouse's name or what they did or what you showed them or what the last invitation was, where they are in the process of getting started. Then what I would do is I would take the second, which is today, and is it okay if I move this, Eric? I'm going to move it to the back of the box. So today I'm moving what is August 2nd back to, what's next month? September 2nd. So August 2nd becomes September 2nd. Are you guys with me? Yeah. So basically what we have here is we have a rolling 30-day window in our box. So every day, so tomorrow morning when he wakes up, we've got the 3rd. He's already got this. These are his follow-ups for the 3rd. Now what's amazing is when you do this, you get to forget about all the clutter and go actually have a life. Okay?
Recruit like a beast.
And you get to recruit like a ninja. All right, okay? Now what happens is this is a real sorting process. So when you move somebody through your box, they're basically moving back further in date, or they're moving out of your box because they signed up or died. That's it.
Yep.
So what we're going to do here is kind of give you an example here. Like, here's a guy named Matt, lives by Sonoma State. He's from NorCal. He's studying to be a tax accountant. He's 19 years old, about to be 20. Talked to him for an hour, had a really decent success in another networking company. Really sharp, likes to party, which means he's probably writing down his color, his blue, or what he is. All this information. Are you with me? Now, if someone says, hey, you know what, now's not a good time, call me in a couple weeks, what do? Put him in a couple weeks. In a couple weeks, what do? Call him. Follow through. Do what you say you're going to. Someone says, you know what, now's not a good time. Could you call me at the end of summer? Yeah, when would be best? Wow, you know what, actually, beginning of September. So what do? Put him in. Someone says, you know what, now's not a good time, the holiday season, the kids, all the things going on. Why don't you call me at the first of the year? What do? Call them at the first of the year. And guess what? When you actually call somebody, like 6 months is like one of the best ones. Oh, you know what, call me in 6 months. They never think you're going to call them. But when you actually call in 6 months, hey, it's been about 6 months. I just wanted to catch up and see how Janet's doing. He remembered my wife's name? Oh. Wow. This is a professional. Are you with me? So using that as you're going through the system. This is awesome, by the way, Eric. Okay, you're going to make a ton of money. Here's your first 5 calls. First call, this is if they don't pick up, voicemail. Second call, no voicemail. Third call, voicemail. Fourth phone call, no voicemail. Fifth call, voicemail. I'm going to leave you the first 5. Most of you won't get past that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first 5 follow-up calls, voicemail, no voicemail. Voicemail, no voicemail, voicemail. You good? How often do you call? You double the days when you don't reach them. I meet Joe today at Outback Steakhouse. I said, I'm going to call you tomorrow. I give him a call. He doesn't pick up. I leave here's the voicemail. Joe, hey, it's Jess. I just wanted to get back to you like I said I would. Now, we have an appointment. I told him I would call him at 7, yeah? So I'm just getting back to you like I said I would. I wanted to get you that information that we had talked about, or get you some information if we didn't talk about it yet. It was just, I grabbed his information or whatever. Wanted to get you that information we talked about. Give me a call back as soon as you get a chance. 213, phone number. With me? Because the only thing I want him to do is do what? Call me back. What a lot of people do is they fire hose the voicemail. Joe, listen, I'm so excited. We're transitioning from retail in 40 countries, and you do the whole 5 and 5 presentation on the voicemail. He has no reason to call you back. The only thing I want to do is talk to him. Why? Because I can't use my skill set unless I'm in conversation. You with me? I want him to call me back. That's it. So first voicemail, just want to get back to you like I said I would. Give me a call back on my phone number. I want to get you that information we were talking about.
Boom.
Second call, no voicemail.
Double the days.
Now you double the days. So I leave a message today. So I'm going to put him forward in my box how many days? Because I called him after 1 day. I'm going to put him in 2 days. I call him in 2 days. He doesn't pick up. Then I'm going to move him forward in my box how many days? Then if I miss him, I'm going to move him forward what? Then what? Then what? Then what? Then what? And I'm going to keep double the days until he dies or joins. That's it. Now here's what's amazing. I have people who are in my box for 6 years. 6 years. And it was so funny because I developed a relationship with him over the time. It was fun. He was a car mechanic out of Oklahoma, actually. So, and I would call him up like every 6 months because it was just enjoyable for me. He didn't have the money. And I was like, okay. He was like, well, listen, yeah, I want to do it. It looks pretty good. I just, I got to get my things together. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, when are you ready to get started? He said, well, this, call me, I don't know, like 6 months. I was like, okay. I called him in 6 months. I was like, you ready yet? He's like, nope. I was like, how's it going? And then I got to know him. I got to know his spouse. And I was like, hey, are you married? Yeah. What's your wife's name? Janet. Oh, cool. So what does she do? All this stuff. You have kids? Yeah. Jonathan. His son's name was Jonathan. I still remember today. How weird. I met the guy in 2003, recruited him in 2009. Every time I call, I was like, hey, how's Jonathan? He was like, he won his game today. You ready to get started? Nope. I was like, all right, cool. I'll check in with you in 6 months. He was like, sounds good, bro. And he literally was like excited to hear from me. And then one day I called. I didn't even ask if he was ready to join. He was like, guess what? I got the money. Right? He was waiting for my call, right? Good? Follow up.
Still in it?
No, he quit. So.
He probably lasted 2 weeks.
Yeah, he quit. Most people join, very few people do.
Yes.
Now, if I would have known, I didn't know at that time, I didn't have the skill set that Joe had, the tool in his belt on how to work a lukewarm market, how to work someone's list. Probably could have kept him around if I would have worked through his list and found a sharp person. Would have been smart. Voicemail number 2, which would be the third call. Voicemail number 2. Ring, ring. Hey, Joe. Hey, it's Jess. Called you a couple days ago. Not sure if you got my message. Called you a couple days ago. Not sure if you got my.
Reminds him of the first voicemail.
So there's a little bit of an obligation here. Really wanted to get you that information. I got some time-sensitive stuff that I want to get you.
Urgency.
Sense of urgency. There's some time-sensitive information I'd like to get you. Some time-sensitive information I want to get you. Give me a call back as soon as you can. Now, what's going to happen is this, is I'm going to create a relationship with their voicemail. I'm serious. I'm really going to create a relationship with their voicemail. Now, I'm going to be one of the most positive, not weird, but I'm going to be one of the most positive people that he's ever met. Now, if I know Joe's a little laid back and he's a little this, I'm going to be that on the voicemail. Now, if I know the dude's red, I might drop a red comment on the voicemail. If he's red, I'll probably challenge him, even on the voicemail. On the second one. The first one was just, hey, get back to me. I'm just calling you back like I said I would. Get back to me as soon as you can. Second call, no voicemail. Third call, voicemail. Fourth call, no voicemail. Double the days. Fifth phone call. Ooh, I love this one. This is one of my favorite ones on the whole planet. I'm going to call Joe on his integrity. So how I'm going to do that is pretty simple. I'm going to call up Joe. Ring, ring. He doesn't pick up. Fifth voicemail, or third voicemail, fifth phone call. Hey, Joe, it's Jess. Listen, I hope everything's okay. You got to start with that. I hope everything's okay. Because when we met at Outback, you didn't seem like the type of person who wouldn't return a phone call.
Ooh.
I can't even tell you how many phone calls I get back from that. Oh, no, I've just been really busy. I'm so sorry. I've been meaning to get back to you. I hope everything's okay. I just want to get back to you. Give me a call as soon as you get... It just, when we first met, you didn't seem like the type of person who wouldn't return a phone call. So I am actually really excited to still getting you this information. Not sure if you qualify for what we're looking for. I'm not sure if you qualify for what we're looking for. I'd still like to get you this information. You can check it out and see for yourself. Here's my number. Leave it again.
4 out of 5 times I'll get a call back from that voicemail.
Yeah, you get a lot of callbacks from that. If you did all the other stuff well. Now, if you're weird, you might not get a lot of callbacks. The other thing I want you guys to understand is most people leave a voicemail, you think you sound excited and you don't.
Yes.
One of the things I would recommend that you do as a homework assignment is to call yourself and leave yourself a voicemail and see how you sound. You don't sound how you think you sound.
Right.
I can promise you. Call and leave yourself a voicemail. This is not a joke. I'm serious. When you leave here, call and leave yourself a voicemail and listen to it. Some of you, when you listen to your own voicemail, you're like, no wonder I sound either weird or I don't sound excited at all. Most of you are trying not to sound too excited and you don't sound excited enough. Because you're like, well, I don't want to sound like hypey. I don't want to be over the top. I don't want to scare people away. The majority of people will never look at your business because you're not excited enough. Mm-hmm. Excitement breeds curiosity.
One of the things that Jess is doing, these voicemails are phenomenal. You can tell it's a little bit more of a cold market, lukewarm market situation, yes, for sure. One of the things I do in my warm market, if I'm calling somebody that I know, yep, and leaving the first voicemail, because all the other voicemails translate really well, but the first voicemail, say Ricky and I are friends from school or whatever, first thing I'm going to do, Ricky, dude, it's Joe. I got really good news. Call me as soon as you get this. Bye. If you had a friend that left you a voicemail, dude, I got some really good news. Call me as soon as you get this. What would you do? Call them back. Everybody loves good news. So I'm in a warm market. I'm like, dude, I got some really good news. Call me when you get a chance. Bye. That's it. And the second voicemail, I'm going to remind them of the voicemail. Hey, bro, I called you, left you a voicemail a couple of days back. Not sure if you got it. Call me as soon as you get this, bro. Bye. Third voicemail, right? Fifth call. I'm still doubling the days. Ricky, it's Joe. Hey, brother, I hope everything's okay. I know you're not the kind of guy not to return a phone call, so I hope you and the fam's all right. Bro, trust me when I say, bro, we got to get together. I want to show you something that's going on that's huge. Call me as soon as you get this. Bye. I mean, all the time, like, oh, dude, sorry, I've been busy, whatever else it is.
One of my favorite things to do is call somebody, and if it's a friend, don't bring up the business.
Right.
If you think the reason they're not communicating with you is because they think that you're just after them, call them and don't bring up the business.
Yeah.
So I'm calling Joe. If he's not calling me back, Joe, listen, hey, do me a favor. I'm kind of actually a little concerned about you. Are you alive? Send me a text. Send me an email. Send me a Facebook. Pigeon. Send me a carrier pigeon. Just let me know that you're alive and you're not kidnapped and stuck in a hole somewhere.
I will joke with them for sure on their voicemail. I'll like, hey, you're either A, trapped in a well, or a refrigerator fell on you and you're desperately trying to reach a phone, or C, you just don't want to talk to me. If it's A or B and you get a hold of this, call me. If it's C, hey, buddy, I don't know if it's anything weird. I just miss you. Want to talk to you. Give me a call when you get a chance. And I'm weird. I'll joke around with them and keep it light and easy.
The one thing that I love about Joe is Joe's one of the few people that I've seen in this profession that didn't join the NFL very quickly. No friends. In network marketing, there's an expression called the NFL, no friends left. where it's kind of like you either are in the business or you're not in the business, and if you're not in the business, you can't be friends. And one of the things that's amazing about Joe is Joe has authentic, real relationships with people that are not in network marketing that are his friends. It's awesome to watch.
What a novel idea.
What a novel concept, right? And the reason why is because he didn't get weird.
Here's what I think about it, right? Take real estate. I got a lot of friends of mine that are really successful in real estate, do really well in real estate. Now, if I decide to go be successful in real estate and go crush real estate, and some of my friends don't want to participate in that, am I going to stop being friends with them? No. If I'm going to be excited about med school and I'm going to go be a doctor and I'm going to go, be a pediatric surgeon and save little kids and do awesome stuff, and some of my friends don't share my same affinity for medicine, am I going to just never grab a beer with them ever again? You can't be my friend because you didn't go to med school too. No, that's weird. So this is my chosen profession to go out there and be amazing at. I am not an amateur. I am a pro at this. I didn't accidentally become a pro. I worked on this craft very, very much, and I made a decision to become a pro. But this is my path. People that want to walk this path with me, I'm going to mentor them. I'm going to bring them along the way, but I'm not going to drag them across the finish line. If you want to come, I'm going to bring you with me. We're going to go together. If not, that's totally okay, and you're still my boy. We'll grab a beer. We'll hang. Maybe not all the time, maybe not as much, because I got stuff I got to go do, and I'm working. But I still love everybody. There's plenty of people that I grew up with, and this is why I'm able to go recruit a lot of my warm market. Zach Cheney, it took me 3 years to get him to be open to really saying yes and doing anything. But the reason why 3 years later he was open to still hanging out and then going and becoming a six-figure income earner is because throughout those 3 years when he wasn't in, we were still boys. We were still hanging out. He was still my good friend. And then I went able to go do me and have success so that later on, when he was able to say yes, great. And I already had my skill set pretty good, and I was, all right, let's work together, great. My friendship didn't change. Eric can tell you, right? He got started a little bit in secret, made a decision to go do some other things for a little while. Our relationship didn't change, right? We legitimately were still friends, even when he left. So much so that it gave him a place to be able to come back to. What a novel idea. I mean, so many people that are just like, if you're not in, then you're dead to me. You're an idiot. It's like, take it easy, brother. Jeez. It's just people get weird.